Hey everybody, good afternoon. It's Jennifer Morris here, coming to you live from my kitchen in Goderich, Ontario, Canada. I'm just gonna let a couple people tune in and start watching. I'm gonna be talking about something called the Keto Reboot today and why I'm not eating for 60 hours. So again, for those of you tuning in, when you tune in, just give me a thumbs up to know that you can hear me okay. I'm gonna share this to a couple places so that people can see. Let's see, how do I share? I will invite a couple people to watch. I know it's the middle of the day, so sometimes people aren't around. And let's see who tunes in. If no one tunes in, that's cool. You can watch this after the fact, but if you are watching live, give me the number 1 in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from. If you're watching after the fact, give me the number 2 in the comments. And just again, tell me where you are tuning in from. So guys, I have not eaten any solid food since last night at 8 o'clock. Well, actually a bit before. I had dinner with my husband, Scott. And we, what did we have? We had some, I can't even remember what I ate for dinner. That's terrible. But we had some cheese, some goat's cheese, which I like to eat. And then we had some leftover brisket that I had made the night before, which is really, really good. And then we also had some chicken burgers with lots of vegetables and some healthy fats from avocado and just the fat that we were cooking the vegetables in. So that's what we had for dinner. And then after dinner, kind of like as our dessert, and as the start of what we call the Keto Reboot, which is 60 hours of abstaining from food, we had something called Keto Calm Tea. And Keto Calm Tea helps you sleep and helps you rest and recover. And so we both took that last night. So why am I doing this 60 hours of not eating, and am I crazy? Well, this is actually now, I think it's my 23rd monthly 60-hour fast or reboot where I don't eat anything except what I put in my body is clean calories, and these calories come from an energy source called ketones. And ketones, guys, are just basically pure energy. They're what our body is producing when we're burning our own fat for energy. So every human being on the planet is able to use both 2 energy sources for, basically staying alive, for living and breathing and doing everything that we do. And those 2 energy sources, one of them is called glucose and the other one is called ketones. So glucose comes from the metabolism of carbohydrates. And we're also, as humans, able to produce our own glucose, even in the absence of carbohydrates. Our bodies are super smart that way. We don't actually need to take in carbohydrates to have glucose for energy. We can actually produce our own glucose. And there's numerous biochemical pathways to do that I won't get into because it's very technical. But the one thing you need to know is that eating carbohydrates is actually not necessary. And when I say that, guys, I don't mean like cut out vegetables, because vegetables, this is where a lot of people get confused, but vegetables are actually an incredibly healthy thing for us, and we need them for things like fiber and vitamins and minerals. So don't cut out vegetables, okay? But think about, eliminating things, carbohydrates that are processed, packaged, prepared, and just basically stick to real food. Fruit is also a carbohydrate, and I tend not to eat a lot of fruit in the winter months. I tend to only eat fruit that is local and in season, and there's a lot of reasons for that. But the number 1 reason is I, like to support my local economy. And the only fruit that I will eat 24/7, 365 is an avocado. Avocados are actually a fruit, not a vegetable. And I eat avocados because they're an amazing, amazing source of lots of vitamins and minerals, especially things like potassium and magnesium, which most people tend to be deficient in. So a lot of people will eat bananas to get those things, when in actual fact, you'll get way more bang for your buck if you actually, use something like an avocado. So I'm not sure why. I don't know why people aren't tuning in, and it's odd because normally I get people tuning in. So let me see what's going on here, if I can figure this out. I'm wondering if I have some kind of settings set up as private or something. Yeah, so I am, anyway, whatever, I'll just keep going, and if anything, I can download this to YouTube and people can watch it later. So the point of abstaining from food for 60 hours is there's many levels to this. It's multifactorial. And a lot of people will think, oh, this is just about fat loss, when in fact, it's really not about fat loss. Sorry, just seeing what's going on here. So, you know, will you lose fat if you abstain from food for 60 hours? Maybe, maybe not. Will you lose some water? Probably. But the real purpose, guys, of resetting your system and not eating for 60 hours is to allow your body to basically repair and regenerate itself. So if you Google intermittent fasting, you will see laundry lists of benefits of doing intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting basically means that it's just abstaining from food for a certain amount of time and narrowing your eating window down. So I intermittent fast every single day anyway. And what I do during my fasting period, so I'll stop eating at like 8 o'clock at night, get up in the morning, I'll have a cup of coffee, and then I'll drink some ketones, maybe caffeinated, decaffeinated, depending on my mood. And then I'll just carry on with my day, have a workout, coach, do some work, and I'll typically eat or break my fast at around noon to 2 o'clock every single day. So I actually only eat 2 high quality, nutrient dense meals per day. And that's something that I've been doing now for almost 2 years. And I've been using Prüvit's Pure Therapeutic Exogenous Ketones. They just keep getting better and better and better. We now have a new ketone. I don't have a package with me. That's called Keto Nat, which is actually produced completely 100% natural via a fermentation process. So it's literally the gold standard of exogenous, which means from the outside ketones that we can put in our body. So most people can't get ketones in their body, and there's tons of health benefits of ketones. Go and Google ketones and inflammation, ketones and cancer, ketones and diabetes, ketones and Alzheimer's, and then do the opposite, Google glucose and all those things. And here's the thing, guys, I'm not saying drinking ketones is going to cure you of those things, but we know that having ketones present is going to help you deal with whatever issues you have, health-wise, fat loss, whatever it is. I actually find the biggest thing with having ketones present is total mental clarity. That's the first thing I notice. And the second thing I notice is that I just don't have the cravings for the crappy food. So it makes it a lot easier to stick to a healthy, clean way of eating. So again, the purpose of doing this 60-hour abstaining from food while drinking ketones, having some keto calm tea, which helps you sleep and repair your body at night. And now I'm actually gonna make some onion broth, French onion broth. This is a new flavor. This is called Better Broth, and this is a relatively new product from Prüvit. It was brought out specifically to put in the Keto Reboot kit, and you can buy it separately now too. It's an amazing, amazing health supplement. I know a lot of people that just use the broth. They don't necessarily drink ketones every day. There are ketones in this. The other cool thing that's in the broth is collagen. And then also in all of our products, we have something called CMed 100, which is a DNA repair molecule. So it's like kind of like aging in reverse. It's pretty awesome. So for my broth, I'm just gonna dump it in my special little bone broth cup here. So it's reverse for me. This is something that I was given by Prüvit when I was down in Bahamas for a Prüvit trip. So you just literally put your broth in the cup. And I have some water that I've boiled already. I'm gonna grab a spoon and just mix it up. And that's it. And I just stir it all up, and it makes this one, the French onion one, actually tastes and smells exactly like chicken noodle soup, like Lipton's cup of soup. It's really, really good. And I'm gonna have this now. This is kind of like my lunch, and that's it. It's good stuff. It's so good. It tastes exactly like Lipton cup of soup. Really, really good. So the Keto Reboot, guys, is something that I do every single month. It's something that over 75,000 people now around the world are doing. We have a private support group. That's something that's really, really important, I find, for people, especially for your first couple times that you're doing this. It can be a little bit daunting and scary to think about going for 60 hours without food. So it's awesome to have a group and a bunch of coaches, doctors, physicians are in that group. They're part of the certified Keto Reboot coaches. I'm a certified Keto Reboot coach as well as a nutritionist. And then we have a bunch of other people in that group that are there to support you and literally answer all your questions. The kit comes in a box like this. It's generally sold at the beginning of every month. December was a little different because they sold it in December to be able to get people started now in January with this 60-hour reboot that we're all doing together. And in the kit, you have everything you need. It retails for $84 US in Canada. I'm not sure what that is with the exchange, plus a nominal shipping fee. There's no duty, no taxes on that, so that's all included. And usually ships relatively quickly. In your kit, you get 3 packages of tea. I only have 2 left here in my kit. You get chocolate and caramel apple flavor. They're both awesome. You get 4 packages of exogenous ketones. So you get 2 decaf and 2 caffeinated. These come in, the caffeinated you take in the morning and the decaf you take in the afternoon. And then you get 4 packages of the better broth, and the flavor that comes in the kit is salted caramel or keto thyme. They're both really good. My favorite's the keto thyme out of those. And then the salted caramel is a little bit of a sweeter flavor that most people actually have that cold. And so right now I'm having my lunch, my broth, and then this afternoon I'm gonna have my decaffeinated ketones. And then for dinner, I'll have another broth. And then later in the evening, before I go to bed, an hour before I go to bed, I will have my Keto Calm tea, and that's it. And I repeat that again tomorrow. And then on Thursday morning this time, I will be breaking my fast somewhere in the neighborhood of 9 o'clock. I'll probably extend my fast a little bit longer because I don't normally eat in the morning anyway. So I like to keep my system in that routine. So what I find with the reboot, guys, what I notice big time is that I get rid of a lot of the bloating that I might have in my belly. You know, that uncomfortable feeling when you feel like you've eaten too much, especially like over these past holidays. This time I took some before pictures of myself for this reboot because I'm a little bloated from all the junk food that I've been eating over the holidays. I've been trying to be good, but you guys know how it is. Even when you're super healthy and trying to like stay away from the crap, there's always something that you're so tempted that you want to try. So and then also, you know, having a bit more alcohol than I would normally have. I normally will only have maybe like a glass of wine once a month. So that was a little bit, I did a little bit more drinking than I would normally do. And I really feel that. And I'm really looking forward to how I'm going to feel at the end of that, just in terms of getting that bloating down and that kind of thing. The other big thing I notice is digestion improves so much. So if you're somebody that suffers from any kind of gas, burping, you know, uncomfortable stomach issues, rumbling in your tummy kind of feeling, diarrhea, constipation, all those things, those are not normal. You shouldn't have that. If you have irritable bowel, that kind of thing. I notice personally that my digestion always improves. And over the last 22 months of doing these consistently, I've really noticed a huge shift in the way my digestion operates. I'm somebody who suffers or has suffered in the past from ulcerative colitis, and I have no issues at all. I'm not saying this cured it, but it basically helped me reset my digestive system, because you can't repair your digestive system when you're constantly throwing food in there. It's kind of like, you know, you can't repair the 401 highway here in Canada when there's a million cars going down the road. You got to take the cars off the road so the repair crews can come in so things can get fixed. And those of you that are in the know, you'll know that your digestive system really is the center of, you know, where your health is coming from. If you have a happy gut, if your microbiome is happy, if your digestive system is happy, then, you know, pretty much you're going to be healthy and your immune system will improve. So there's a lot of benefits to healing your gut and, you know, taking care of your digestive issues. So those are the main things for me. Other than mental clarity, I still work out when I'm doing my reboot, but I do listen to my body. I've had times where I've been doing the reboot and I don't have the energy that I thought I would have, and then I just will lay low, maybe go for a walk and or meditate or do some yoga or something like that. But 98% of the time, I think I've had 2 reboots like that where I had to really take it easy. But most of them, I actually feel better. Like I had a workout this morning, I felt amazing. I have tons of energy right now. I still haven't eaten any food, and I won't eat until Thursday at some point. It's Tuesday today, so yeah, it's a great benefit, guys. If this is something that interests you, this is not really a cleanse per se. It's really just an energy supported through the use of ketones, the Better Broth, the Keto Calm Tea. Oh, and I forgot to talk even about the AC11, the CMed 100, which is the DNA repair molecule that also comes in the kit. And that's something that you take morning and night to help with the repair and repair process and regenerating things in your body. So that's all I have to say today. I'm gonna go drink my broth. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, remember to put the number 2 if you're watching after the fact and tell me where you're watching from. If you want to know more information, I'm always here to help. Hopefully this was helpful for you, and thank you for watching. Have a great afternoon. Bye.